Hi everyone, it's Chami here once more. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're most welcome. I'm the person behind By the Calm Seas, and so I'm relieved to have had time to actually record this updated and hopefully a detailed flip of my Pocket Plus planner. So go ahead, grab your favorite drink, water, tea, coffee, whatever, and enjoy this video, I hope. Cheers to that. Hmm. If you can also see my new cover, my first traveler's notebook cover actually is peeking from the side. Yeah, so this is an actually a gift from a leathersmith friend who has been trying to enhance his leather making skills. So recently, he has been making bags for his fiancée and then journal covers for himself. And I'm so happy to have received this from him. Um, just a few days ago, I have a little accident with ink. So if you can see some ink stains in there, and then hold on to your seats, boom. Yeah, this is fairly new. I haven't really used this yet because I'm still waiting for my wallet inserts. I'm excited for that. And for the past few weeks, I have been I feel like I'm going crazy switching inserts, trying different sizes. Um, and so this morning, I actually decided to just grab a notebook and just use it for whatever. So to save my sanity, I did that. And so hopefully, I actually wanted to use this as an on-the-go wallet. So in here, I have my Ollie clip, matches my uh, new. uh, I'm so glad that it matches my new iPad case, and I love the color. It's olive green, or I'm not sure, but it's kind of blue. But I love the tint. A little hint of blue there. My Ollie clip matches the brown in my planners, leather planners as well. So I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to use this as a wallet. So let me just quickly introduce you this cover and show this. I actually made this grid notebook this morning. I was so happy. It was kind of easier actually than making inserts for ring planners. But anyway, this notebook and this DIY folder I plan to use to manage or organize my cash envelopes. My wallet inserts would be here as well. And then this field note size notebook. It's, I was told it's actually close to pocket size notebooks. Anyway, I'm planning to use this for drawing, sketching, writing lists, writing ideas, whatever. So yeah, that's that. A quick introduction. I love this leather. It actually also gained big scratches from my cats already. So it's new and it feels like it's already lived in. Right, so setting that aside, let's move on to this flip. Since my last recording, I was using a Moterm regular pocket planner. This time I switched to this beautiful vegan croc leather custom made locally. I love this. It's getting chunkier from what I am used to. Um, I kind of like chunky planners, but then I wanted I wanted to keep my planners compact. When traveling, I usually bring my gadgets along. It's already heavy, and so it's logical for me to keep other things compact and light. Right, so since the last recording, I want to mention that I have added a few decorative and more DIY stuff in this planner. I also have this one peeking out. This is actually my health log where I track, where I want to track my workout habits, my workout plans, and where I track and record my moods, my productivity levels, my symptoms. I'll probably discuss this on a different vlog later on, but you can go ahead and jump onto my Instagram page where I have sort of described how I have been using this health log. And so moving on. So yeah, I think since recording the last vlog, I have now actual permanent dashboards with tabs. So right now, I hope you can see. I have tabs for projects, calendars, weekly, finances, notes. I have some page flags in there as well. And then my today bookmark. And then to the side, I have my month page marker. I have my business tab here as well. I just use washi tape. No, I'm sorry. I just use this sticky tabs and then stick on some washi tapes on it, and then use this glittery gel pens to write on. And then yeah, these ones are actually just I actually found out we have acetate lying around, kept in a bookshelf, and so of course I wanted to DIY and make stuff for my planner. So if you are a DIYer as well, say hi in the comments. I'll appreciate that. Right, so let's proceed to the front of this planner. I have here a freebie from Katasha of Brown Plans. I'll link her Instagram in the description box below. This is actually a freebie. And this drawing, I just love her drawings. It's more of my style. And so, yeah, I'll link that below. Another freebie. I haven't changed my calendar yet. Hopefully, after this recording, and then also throwing old pages here. These are new to me, so I've been experimenting on task cards, and so I thought of I remember I have this transparent sticky notes, and so I want to use that and see if I can also decorate a task card. Yeah, I want to reuse this, so I also have transparent page flags. I can stick them on top and then just reuse the task card later on. And once more, I have my if found card here. At the back pocket, I keep my time cards. Okay, I have already shown this before. So very quickly, I am still using this to write my time starts, or the time I actually started working. Recording the hours is not as important to me yet. I do this recording on digitally, especially for freelance, but for personal accountability, I just want to see the time I started. So to actually remind me that, hey, it's work day today, even on a weekend. Uh, yeah, so it's been really helpful. I have extra stuff here. You can download that in my website. I will link that down below. You might probably find some other things there as well. So yeah, just very quickly, yeah, most of the stuff here I DIY'd myself because it's really just so hard to get stuff shipped here without paying for obnoxious shipping fees. So I'd rather create stuff for myself, and yeah, the community has great ideas as well. So if you're new to planning, it's it's kind of hard sometimes for me to to look at other people's planners. But yeah, you if you're a beginner, you will learn a lot. You will get ideas. Actually, I haven't used sticky notes fully until I've seen accounts using these sticky notes so functionally in their so well in their planners. Yeah. Um, this dashboard is where I write or stick on sticky notes for random ideas or for some tasks or things I want to remember later on before planning or before actually including them in my planner. So yeah, there's still mm, my picture with my fiance, a grateful card. So let me also mention that even if I change my planner cover, my system stays the same. I think also if I change sizes, I would stick to whatever works for me. That's just going to be easy for my brain. Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, if I did the new stuff in here are mostly new DIY things like dashboards, um, more of decorating my planner, but keeping things functional, keeping reminders or making reminders for myself, and so not just plainly adding stuff that would add to the weight of the planner. So I want this is actually a free thing I've downloaded or I've seen in Pinterest. So a little reminder of my passions. And then this one I created to layer on top of my morning routine as well. I stick on my table of contents. Okay, I nothing permanent for this because I might change things. So yeah, this dashboard fits perfectly well for this purpose. And so yeah, my morning routine is here. Okay, for me, I do not want to just list routines, list habits. For me, my I'd like to play a little trick on my mind. So I want something decorative, and then I want something that have a more friendlier voice than just listing the things I want to do. Yeah, so that's how I made my dashboard. This one I've also have downloaded from Pinterest. My reference my reference notes are still here. I've rearranged stuff since the last recording as well. Okay, so we move on to my projects section. If you can read that, hopefully. I have my sticky notes here just to remind myself what I'm currently working on. This dashboard affirmations. By the way, if you hear something strange with my voice, that's because I have colds currently these past few days. Right, so yeah, sometimes with dashboards, I use them as a post-it note storage. I'd like also to just pause for a moment and acknowledge the fact that I mentioned in the previous video that I wanted to move, and I have been contemplating for days since that recording, into moving into a personal size binder. Um, Using these sticky notes actually helped me stay on this planner. It's more, what do you call this? A few people encouraged me to move, and then someone actually made sense. She said that why not fix when it's not broke? Right. So if you're a beginner, don't get too overwhelmed with what you see in social media, and just see what you need to fix in your system. So yeah, these templates actually give me more room to plan for my daily and weekly stuff. Right. So moving on, um, this I created this page to let me keep track of where am I in my projects. So this actually works like an in the Alistair method, where you where you mark your projects or tasks with dashes to let you know that this is in progress at the moment. And at the top, since I made this, I customized the top to mark the stages or phases of my projects. And that means the last column is the final stage. So in here, I write the date where I finished a task. So this is mostly for tracking my projects for my shop. So there, if you have questions, let me know. Later on, you will see once more my Alistair method, Alistair things, Alistair weekly trackers. Oh my gosh, I don't know half the things I'm saying right now. So please, if you have questions, let me know. Okay, up next are my project planner pages. So let me just say that these are actually just pages where I just dump or process the things in my head. So I plan everything or anything in here. So projects for my shop, projects for my planner from when I was thinking of moving to personal size. So this is what I think my setup should be. And then yeah, I marked I have a progress bar at the top. I have an objective to let me know the why I wanted to do this project. Excuse me. So yeah, like I said, I also use page flags to mark where I am. And since this is more of a brain dump page or a processing page, I almost always not update anything in here. So I reference these pages when I plan for my calendars or for my weekly, but most of the time, this is just for brainstorming, for just to process my ideas. And so moving on to my calendar section. Right, so this is just another DIY I made to keep monthly routines in here. This is actually just vellum. And then I used double side tape to stick this vellum pocket. Yeah, so I love having reminders, keeping on to a planner routine. Yeah, so I think I'm going to trim the sides of this, but otherwise it can fit most planner cards. Right, so this dashboard is my zombie mode checklist. The idea of this when I created this was to um, sort of have a guide when I'm feeling blue, feeling lazy, feeling lethargic. So it's not necessary for me to complete all this stuff. I just need something to look at when I'm not right in the head. So accomplishing 1 or 3 tasks from here is already good. Hey, Barry. So that's my cat. Right, so moving on to my actual calendar section for May, at the front is where I write my content plan. And then at the bottom is where I review milestones at the end of the month. So in here, you will see I have a list of ideas. And then on the right side is where I track what has already been posted or scheduled. This half page is a continuation of this of this column, and I write the dates. So I don't, since I have limited space, I use this section. And so I also, at the end of the week, I track or highlight the mm, top the post that has been engaging or reaching more audience than the rest of the posts I did. And so yeah, milestones and yeah, posts. The actual calendar contains mostly events that I need to be reminded of. It's also where I um, declare personal due dates for my shop projects. It's also, if you can also see, I pencil in some workflows or the days I want to work on projects. Um, Initially, I used this fold out to pre-plan all the stuff I want to do in a month, and then write them down in the calendar itself. So this is for June. At the back is where I keep track of my cleaning. Yeah, it's a cleaning tracker. So my trackers is mostly for tracking what I did last time. So it's not necessary for me to do stuff on a daily basis. I just want to have a reference uh, where when I did a cleaning on this part, on this section. So it will get done someday. I mean, um, things will get done when it's going to get done. I do not want to add pressure to myself. Right. Oh, so once more, using sticky notes. Sticky notes has never been useful to me before. So all my gratitude goes to the community for all these ideas, functional ideas. Right, so this is another freebie from Katasha. My dashboard. Okay, I've been trying to keep track of my business expenses as well, and then my routines, my weekly routine, shop routine, admin routines in here. I also stick on some journal cards in here. And now we move on to this weekly section. So for May, um, once more, this is my Alistair method. On the left side is where I keep track of scheduled events, scheduled deadlines. At the bottom is where I keep track of my habits, and again, a tracker for when did I last did this or that. Right, so following my weekly pages are my daily pages. So these are just plain grid pages. At the top right top right and left column is where I'm place my X mark. So this means that most of the tasks here are completed. Otherwise, they will be migrated on for next week, or mark it for as a note or in progress. So yeah, during migration, I always recall to copy or highlight whatever, just migrate everything that was not done. So usually I have 1, 2, 3, 4 grid pages for my dailies, and then followed by another weekly spread. So my Alistair tracker is for tasks that do not have definite dates. And then again, once more, these tasks on the left are dated or have definite schedules. And just to explain and also to understand my system better, let me just quickly explain that this starts as blank. And so when I have a task that I wanted to do on a certain day, I just mark it with a dot. So let me get a different example. Okay, so for example, this one. So I want to schedule vacuuming on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. I will mark it with an X when it's done. So in this case, I did it in Friday. So that's that. A dash means that it is in progress. And then during migration process, before moving on to the next week, I would review my tasks, every tasks, mark it with an X if it's done, mark it with a forward bracket if it's moved to the next week. I still don't know what to call this. But another bracket pointing to that side means that it's scheduled in the calendar, or mentally, that means to me that it's moved back. And then to be considered again for next time. So not necessarily next week, but for next time. Okay, I marked this with a dot as well, meaning that before the weekends, I have marked this with a dot because I still wanted to complete it. And then yeah, dashes means that it's being in progress. So you can see there's no X mark in here, and then I moved it for next week. And so yeah, in the bottom are just my habit trackers, where it's not necessary for me to do this daily. I mentioned that in my cleaning habits as well. I do not want to add pressure to myself. I just want to keep track where I did things the last time. I think I've already explained that for the third time. I'm so sorry. Anyway, moving on. So moving on to my dailies once more. These highlights are for when I am migrating stuff. So before completing when I complete a spread, I would most likely highlight the tasks that are not done, so I know what to copy to the next page. Sometimes I also highlight that if I have copied that from the previous page, to let me know that, hey, this has been moved a couple of times already. So focus on that. There's an exclamation point there, just to remind myself that I should prioritize this and just finish and then get on with this. Right. So moving on. So I love grid pages. If you will notice, I do not limit myself with just a few boxes. Some days it's long, sometimes it's short. And some days I keep this is where I have been deciding on what notebook to use to keep track of my meals. So BSD is for breakfast, snacks, and dinner. And That's before using this. Yeah, so I also mark my workout grade in here, which I explained in my health log in Instagram. Maybe later on I'll talk about that. So moving on to the third week, I think, of May. I hope my mic is still on. Yeah, so some days I use stickers, some days I don't. Some days I wrote a recipe in here. So that's the freedom of bullet journaling for me. I can just write whatever and then decide later on if I should keep this permanently in my notes page or notes section. So there, during the weekend, I usually just write the weekend. And then when I have extra pages such as this, I just use it as a brain dump page. So usually I need a brain dump page when my mind is so full of ideas. And then there are also days when I need this when migrating. So I know which tasks are not done from the previous week and which I should be carrying on the next week, or things I need to write in the calendar or in my notes. Moving on. Uh, and then this is where I started to categorize my Alistair tracker. So here I have a home, personal, and work. This was made possible when I created this brain dump. Sometimes I even need an extra notebook or paper so I can categorize better and decide which ones I should be copying here. So once more, yeah, I usually remove sticky notes. I usually do not keep most of these sticky notes because to me, things that are removable are not permanent. Obviously, but when planning, this is mostly for just quickly scribbling notes. In this case, since I do not have a schedule section in my grid, I write detailed notes, detailed tasks. So these sticky notes help me actually to maximize my planner by writing schedules, writing reminders, and sometimes another template works better for me. And so once more, another brain dump page, or just this was when I was on a vacation and I need a place to quickly put down or write down the meals I had because I was too busy in a vacation that I do not update my journal with notes. See? It's almost blank. So once more, these ones didn't have X marks yet because I still need to review these pages. All right, so another way of my brain dump technique is actually okay. I used an extra. It's not here anymore. Anyway, I used a different journal to list all my tasks or plans before arriving to this quadrant. um, these are my categories, so work, home, personal, others. This one is for planning for this month, for June, or for this coming week. So I need, if I need to, I will use two different notebooks to actually visualize and actually organize my mind better. So once this done, if you will also notice, I mark letters. So to me, this means I can um, group tasks together and also mark with down arrow, meaning I do not have to prioritize this week, something like that. And then actually sometimes if you can also see, I estimate, I wrote time estimates of um, actually com- what am I saying? Just estimating time of completion for this task. So yeah, also I mark them with a line because it feels better, or it also means that I have written them in my weekly or my calendar. And then also if I can do it in a few minutes after writing this page down, I also just do not need to write them again in my in their sections, in their proper sections. So that's that. Another brain dump page, to me actually, for me, is this meal plan. So my fiance is going on a vacation, on a 2-week vacation. I will also leave the following week, but yeah, in Instagram I've explained that I need to actually plan my meals, because I do not want to decide anymore, or it gives me a quick way of deciding stuff, because I'm not the best cook in this house. So I need something that would trigger my mind to cook in advance. And also, since I'm a homebody, I would always choose to stay at home, and it's not healthy isolating myself, especially in my line of work. So I scheduled times when I assume that I need to get out, so at the middle of the week. And then the idea of a beach picnic would also I hope, would trigger my mind to, it seems exciting, so that would maybe convince myself to go out. Right, so yeah, it's the introvert in me. Anyway, yeah, the things might still change, but at least I deciding won't be as hard uh, during this time. And then yeah, this is the current week. I think, or am I wrong? Yeah, I'm sorry. My colds has been difficult. It's difficult for my brain to process things. Uh, this this couple of days. Plus, I have been taking some cold medicines for my cold. So, again, let me know if you have questions. Okay, so another DIY folder. Okay, just storing extra memo sheets, or maybe some notes uh, for ideas. But I've also used a sticker here to keep my task card in place. Yeah, this is this week, right? Oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah, forgive my craziness, my weirdness today. And so this is June already. So I have a page marker here to let me know that this marks the end of the week, because I have a printed insert after this. Okay, so yeah, if I wrote too much, this reminds me that I need to use an extra grid page or memo sheet. Right, so another thing I have added, this part, are my journal cards. So this actually helps me to actually review my week, even if it's about my planner, it's even if it's about my system. Excuse me. That's the use of this journal card. So excuse me. So last week, this was my completed journal card. So the idea of this is to actually for micro journaling. So I do not have to write everything here. I can use an extra page. This is actually a note insert, something that's for my mind. It's different from my planner pages, from my grid pages. So the design actually triggers my mind to write or be free of tasks and just write whatever my thoughts are, especially for reviewing my week or my daily things. Yeah. So yeah. Um, I try to plan in advance. I'm not great at planning ahead, but this sticky notes using pencil has been great. So I do not need to waste paper. Moving on to my business section, I won't show everything, but my journal card is here. So another way for me, if I didn't mention earlier, I like to keep a or I like to write my routines in different ways. So aside from lists, aside from another list, and then another list, I keep my I keep my routines. How do I say this? But instead of writing plain lists, I want to um, vary the style or the voice of my routine pages so that my mind gets tricked somehow. So I won't look past this page because most of the time I'll just go to go to or skip to the current page or current spread and not reminding myself of these things I want to do routinely. Okay, let me just quickly. I hope you didn't see that. You didn't see that. Anyway, that's my passwords. Shh. Anyway, so yeah, this is a routine page which I did myself, and then some ground rules. Again, I've written for myself, and then since recording last month, I'm not sure if I've already introduced this section, but I have asked before in Instagram if people are separating their work and their personal tasks, or separating their work planners and personal planners. So this to me is more of this is me just studying if this style works for me. So actually, I still mix my work tasks on my regular weekly pages. I have my deadlines here for freelance, but I want to focus when I keep this open during my shop work hours. This actually makes me more focused. And so, yeah, at the top, I would have a milestones or weekly goals. And then, sorry, this is a better example. But yeah, again, this is where I write most of my goals or my milestones. And then this part is where 3 stages of my projects. And then to the left are my subtasks based on this as well. And then this part is where I write my deadlines or personal deadlines. So in here, it's again, it's like Alistair method where you just move, or more like Kanban method where you move from this stage to the next and then to the last stage. I would strike this out and then rewrite if I need to. Same as this one, for example. I would rewrite some tasks or some projects over here. It helps my mind to be more focused when doing that. So a couple of techniques, mixing couple of techniques just to let my mind, understand things better. This June though, I changed my insert from a 2-page weekly layout to this layout with a half page. So let me show you this page marker. I'd like to call that this one page marker with a different pockets. So this has a secretarial pocket. I DIY this as well, including this. And then I also have a pocket in here. So just placing random notes in here so when this is open, when this spread is open, I have a place to quickly jot down and just write stuff, and then later on review that later on. And then this again, this is where my current time card is, and then just placing a clip here so I know where I'm at with my business task. Yeah, I hope that's clear. Ask a question if you need to. So the difference with this one is, again, this is a week on 1 page. I write four stages of my projects here, and then using page flags as well to let me know where I am with my projects. So if I'm designing stuff, I write them here. When the design is done and when I need to edit, I strike it and then write it here. When it's ready for printing, I write it here, strike, and then print, and then write here. When I need to shoot or when I need to schedule a photo shoot or shoot videos, I write them here. And then using page flags again, this is reusable. When the week is done or when I'm done, I just stick it back to my task card here to let me know that I'm free to plan again for next week. Right, so there you go. So on this side, I just want a place to list my weekly goals or milestones I want to be completed before the week ends. So before the pen, this is what it looks like. Again, sticky notes are my lifesaver recently. So yeah, again, this is a place to write my milestones, my goals. I would divide this with my project phases or stage. I will transfer this one here. It's actually already pre-planned. And then, yeah, I'm all set. Use page flags if I need to. Right, I hope that's clear. Okay, so moving on to my to the rest of my business section, I have a list of my hashtags, favorite hashtags in here, and some notes for my shop. So in my finances, I might not show them all to you, but I have another DIY project here. It's a secretarial insert or pocket where I keep most my receipts and then my sticky notes. Okay, this might still change because I already have a wallet where I want to keep track of my cash envelopes. So moving on, I have my monthly tracker in here. When a bill is paid already, I just place a check mark. And then moving on, a journal card in here. Okay, so this is for my business. I have showed, I'm not sure if I showed this in my Instagram already, just probably in my stories, and because this is kind of private. So let me just quickly show you. If it's clear enough, I hope it's clear enough, but I have these boxes. If you can see here, it's blank. It's faded gray, but I would mark with different lines to let me know that I have written an Instagram post, or if I have posted a story, if it's a line on top, if I have posted a YouTube vlog, or if it's the day I worked, or it's the day I have updated something in my shop. Sorry, that's the, yeah. So the red highlight means I have sold something on those days. So I hope my recording was clear. And so I also wrote here my goals and the data I want to record when I collect some statistics for my social media and my shop. Okay. Okay, these are my budget plans. It's private, but again, let me just show you what I did here. So I'm following this zero-based budgeting technique where I empty out my budget or my income, and then divide that to each category. I have sinking funds here, I have my bills here. These are recurring bills, and then other miscellaneous expenses. So that's that. The last section is my notes. It's almost empty. I still don't have time to create this list, but for now I have here my chosen snacks to keep my hormones happy and some webinar notes, and my phone is already failing me, and so I did a little bit of research on replacement phones, and some silhouette portrait settings, and a bunch of other grid notes in here. And then this last one is another DIY I did just a few days ago. It's another folder, but it's where I keep my sticky notes. It also has a pocket to keep my extra task cards in here. And now we've reached finally on the last insert or pocket insert of my planner, where I keep most of my die cuts or extra stickers in here. I also have, if you can see, um, emergency money. And then a pocket for extra memo sheets I use in my planner. Yeah, so extra grid memo sheets, extra journal cards, and stickers. And that's that. I hope you enjoyed this detailed explanation of my planner system. I hope the camera captured what I wanted to show you, because this is already the 5th time I recorded. I did a bunch of recordings prior to this. And yeah, please let me know if you have questions, and suggestions are also welcome. Please visit the links I will include at the bottom of this description. So thank you, and see you on the next recording. Bye-bye.